Title: The Warning of Sodom and Gomorrah, a Biblical Insight. Hello, and welcome. I am Wisec. Today, we'll explore a powerful verse from the Bible, found in Jude 1 verse 7, which reads, "Even as Sodom and Gomorrah, and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication, and going after strange flesh, are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire." Let's break this down and understand its deep meaning. First, the verse references Sodom and Gomorrah, cities that symbolize extreme wickedness and immorality in the Bible. Their story, told in Genesis 19, highlights their blatant disregard for God's moral laws. These cities, along with nearby ones, engaged in sexual immorality and pursued what the Bible describes as strange flesh, acts that went against God's design for relationships. This rebellion was more than individual sin. It reflected a societal collapse where God's authority was entirely rejected. Jude tells us that these cities were destroyed to serve as a warning. Their fiery destruction is a reminder of God's holiness and justice. This wasn't just about their immediate punishment, but a caution for future generations. It's an example of what happens when sin is embraced without repentance. Now, what about the phrase, eternal fire? On one hand, it refers to the literal fire that consumed these cities in judgment. On the other, it points to the ultimate consequence of sin, eternal separation from God and what the Bible describes as hell. It's a vivid image of the finality of God's judgment. What can we learn from this today? First, this verse reminds us of God's justice. While He is loving and merciful, He cannot ignore sin forever. Judgment is not random, but a response to persistent rebellion. Second, it's a call to repentance. The story of Sodom and Gomorrah warns us to turn away from sin and live according to God's ways. It's a reminder that true peace and purpose come only through faith and obedience to Him. Finally, this verse challenges us to reflect on our own lives. Are we walking in alignment with God's truth, or are we drifting away? In conclusion, Jude 1 verse 7 stands as a timeless warning, a reminder of the seriousness of sin and the hope found in repentance and God's grace. Let it inspire us to live faithfully and with purpose, seeking to honor God in all we do. Thank you for listening, and may this insight guide your heart and mind today.